Hey, good morning everyone. I'm just north of Silver City, New Mexico at the moment. Getting close to the, I think it's called the Gila or Gia. I don't know how to pronounce it. Gila wilderness area. I'm gonna go check out the cliff dwellings today and do some hiking. But I posted that video yesterday about just a simple hack of how I warm up my breakfast burritos. And a lot of people messaged me and said, hey, would you mind showing your recipe that you use? Because I really like making these for breakfast. And I pretty much eat them every morning. I've done that for about, I don't know, a decade. So it's taken a long time for me to dial this in. And I wanted to tell you guys like kind of the ingredients that I use. So the bacon breakfast burritos are, you know, they can be pretty hearty. I use 4 eggs. And so I'll use like some organic free range eggs. Take those, throw it in there. I use this bacon. This is the best bacon that I've ever found. It's Beelers bacon. And it's the uncured bacon. It's hickory smoked. I mean, this is the best bacon I've ever had in my entire life. It's incredible. I bought 3 pounds of it when I was going through, let's see, where was it? Oh, I was actually at Crested Butte before I left town. But anyway, it's just incredible bacon. So I'll use that, and then also some onion, avocado, and then I've got the cheese in the fridge, so I'll grab that out real quick. And then I use these Stacy flour tortillas. There's wheat ones and white ones. These are the white ones. And it's really great. I mean, I think these breakfast burritos are incredible. And I wanted to show you how I cook them up in the cast iron skillet, because I only use cast iron to cook these. It makes it taste better, I think. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how I throw these together, and then we'll show you what the end result looks like. And I'll put all the ingredients in the video description below. So I've got my campfire going over here, and it's going pretty good. So I think we're ready to cook. So let's go over there and check it out. All right, one thing I want to mention about this cast iron is this stuff gets extremely hot. And so after a little while here, I wouldn't be able to touch this because it's gonna be too warm. But one way that you can keep the heat kind of a little bit at bay is that if the wind is blowing in this direction, you put your handle towards this way, and that way the heat coming up from underneath there's really no heat that's coming directly onto the handle. And so therefore it'll keep it cooler for a longer period of time, and you can still work with it and pull it off and like grab it and everything, and you're good to go while the bacon is cooking. Now after the bacon gets done, usually the heat transfers all the way up and just works its way up to the handle, and then I just use like either a wool glove, which is great because those are fire resistant, wool's fire resistant, or I'll just grab like my sweatshirt like this and kind of use that as a hot mitten. But just a word of advice on how to keep your handle a little bit cooler. Just always point it in the direction where the wind is coming. So if the wind's coming from this way, point your handle that way and you're good to go. Okay, so while that bacon is cooking, I like to go ahead and prep the stuff that I'm gonna put on there, the toppings. And so I've got the onion, the avocado, and the cheese. Now the only 2 things you want to put on when it's warm is the onion and the cheese. You do not want to put on the avocado because it makes it taste really funny when it gets real hot. And so you want to wait until your burritos are completely done and on the tortilla before you add your diced avocado. So I'll just take my onion. I like to use a white onion. I've also used yellow onion. Just kind of make some decent thickness, maybe a little bit thicker than what you put on a sandwich. And go ahead and cuddle that down. And then all I do is just dice this stuff up. There's really no special way to do it. Just get it to where it's cut into small pieces, and then that way you can distribute it evenly throughout your burritos when you're cooking them. And so I like to use a lot of everything, and so that's how much onions I'm putting on there. I don't know if you can see that really. It's not really, the focus wasn't really there, so sorry about that. The cheese that I use, which I didn't have in the beginning of the video, is the Tillamook sharp cheddar. I really like this stuff. It's great cheese. A lot of times I'll go to areas and they're sold out, so it seems to be pretty popular. And it tastes great. And you can get, like if you go to Walmart, I got this huge block of cheese. What size is this? Oh yeah, so this is a pound. I got it for like $5. which is pretty good because Tillamook at other places is kind of pricey. So what I'll do is I'll take this and make sure my bacon's not burning on one side. So I'll take this and just cut off a little bit like so, and then just dice that up. And then that way it melts easy in the burritos when you have it in the cast iron skillet. And so roughly, like, you know, that's the stuff that I'll prep to be ready to throw in there. So let's go back over. I want to check on the bacon and make sure we flip it so it doesn't burn on one side. All right, we're doing good. I think our fire needs a little bit more oomph to it, so I'm going to put some more wood down in there, because the wind is kicking up a little bit and therefore the heat is being pulled away. But it's still working. It's just that it's not going very fast, which is probably a good thing, because I may have burned this if it was going fast, since I took a lot of time showing you guys how to well, what I did to dice up that stuff. But we're looking good. I've just got a little bit of wood right here. I'm gonna throw that on there. All right, the bacon is done. We're gonna go ahead and pull this off. So I'm gonna use my sleeve here, since the bacon is warm, or the skillet's warm enough now to where it burned my hand. Just gonna bring this over here and grab all this out of here and dump it on my little thing here. And I'm gonna wait for that to cool a little bit, just because it's so hot, but I like to break this up and then throw it into the skillet along with the eggs. So we're gonna use 4 eggs this morning, and that'll make roughly 2 decent sized burritos or 1 massive burrito, depending on what you wanna do. These are a little bit smaller. You can get big ones, big tortillas, they're a little larger, that can handle all 4 eggs and the bacon and cheese and avocado and onion. But you, see, what was I talking about? I'm so tired right now. No, what I was saying was those are a little bit smaller. So that's actually, I can't put all 4 eggs on that. I gotta use 2 tortillas. And normally, like if I was in my tent with the wood stove, I'd actually toast those tortillas over the stove, because the stovetop is hot, and you can just put down a little warming tray and then toast those on top of it, which makes it really good. So if you're in a house, put those in the oven. Put them on, I'd say, like, once you throw your eggs into the skillet, turn your oven on to about 250, and then throw your tortillas in there, and then flip them on a regular basis, and you'll toast both sides of it. It turns out really good. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and add the eggs here and all the other stuff, and then I'll show you what it's looking like when it's cooking, and then when it's done. These are really good. So, it takes a little bit to cook, but I think it's worth it. All right, so adding 4 eggs. And another thing you can do is you can add like 6 and then do, save, you know, breakfast for the next day. You could have it pre-ready to go. And that's kind of what the purpose was of that previous video, where I showed how I warm things up. Oh, and I wanted to mention, I had a few people comment on there, which I forgot to mention in the video, but I'm glad they did. They were commenting about the plastic bags. And you want to make sure that you use BPA bags if you're going to use that method to warm up your breakfast. Otherwise, the cheap plastic bags can leach. And I know Johnson & Johnson with like Ziploc, theirs are BPA free, and they have a statement on their website about how they, you know, don't have any toxins in there and stuff like that. All right, guys, so just threw the eggs in there. I did 4 eggs, and then just gonna throw all my other stuff with the bacon and onion and cheese. And like I said, you want to save the avocado for last. You don't want to put that on when it's hot, because if you do, it's going to make the avocado taste really funny, and it kind of mushes around and browns up and gets all in your stuff, and it doesn't taste very good. So let's go ahead and throw this on the fire. All right, we're all set, everything's done. I wanted to show you real quick what I do with the avocado. If you'll see here, I've already made some slices on it from, it's not really focusing. I'll just show you what I did. So I'll slice vertically here, across there, and make like small little slices. And then I'll do the same thing going down, perpendicular to the cuts I just made. And that way, when you pull this out, you can actually get it to where it's cubed. And then you don't have to worry about, you know, I mean, you can just spread it out evenly. But anyway, I'll take the burritos, throw them on here. And I'm saving the best ingredient for last, and that's not avocado, so just hang tight. But you can see like how these 10-inch burrito tortillas only hold about half, because, you know, we got other half right here. So that way, I mean, if you wanted to, you could just meal prep this with four eggs, and then, you know, have 1 breakfast burrito. and be good to go. But what I'll do is I'll take this, like I said, this cubes up real nice, and so just kind of throw it on there like that. And then for the best ingredient, this is the key ingredient, secret ingredient that makes it the best breakfast burrito on the planet, hands down. You gotta use Cholula. That's the only hot sauce for me. This stuff is incredible. I love Cholula. Cholula, if you're listening, please sponsor me. I go through about one of these a day. All right, take it and just drown your burrito in it. That's what I do. Dun, 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 dun. And breakfast is now served. So I use all organic ingredients, all organic bacon, eggs, avocado, onion, cheese, and it turns out fantastic. And so the recipes in the video description below. I can see her anxiously waiting over my shoulder for a little bit of the burrito. So we're gonna go ahead and log off, and I'm gonna enjoy breakfast. So thanks for watching.